Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Thursday night. It is July the 27th, 2023. This month is almost over, and you are tuned into the right station, the right channel on Facebook and YouTube. You are watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and we are, as always, live and in color on this beautiful Thursday, hot Thursday evening outside in Southwest Georgia, Northwest Florida, Southeast Alabama, or wherever you might be watching us live tonight. We want to say a great big welcome. Thank you for inviting us into your home, your boat, your airplane, your motorcycle. Wherever you are watching us, we appreciate you and just tell you how much we love you. Look forward to spending the next hour with you. We're going to give you some news, some updates. We're going to laugh a little bit. We're going to have a good time for the next hour. So you just sit back and relax and enjoy yourself. Take your shoes off, sit a spell, lighten up a little bit, and enjoy life for the next hour. If you're watching us on Facebook, do us a huge favor. Reach over and hit the like button and hit the share button on your Facebook page so that our broadcasts on your Facebook page. It lets the world know that you're a fan of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and it also gets our show out to an even broader audience. And we are welcoming them all over tonight. They're coming from all over tonight. Listen, Robbie Peeler has skipped the goat auction 2 weeks in a row to watch Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports.
Man,
Guys, I want you to know now that is
He's dedicated.
that is a
dedication.
dedicated person right there
Whoa,
to the
boy.
show. So, Robbie, we give you a big shout out and appreciate you skipping that goat auction so you can
Man.
get a little bit of culture and class watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Hey, guys, we're coming to you live tonight. We're live from our studio in Enterprise, our studio in Thompsontown, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, and our studio on the very newly paved turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Southeast Alabama. Live all across the nation, all across foreign countries where it's legal and illegal for us to broadcast. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and the great state of Baker County. Give a big shout out to all of our viewers up in Baker County, Georgia. Guys, we're going to be live next week following MSNBC. They are going to do a one-on-one. This will be next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We'll follow it at 9. They're going to do a one-on-one interview for 1 hour with Hunter Biden to see is he going to plead guilty or not guilty. And then once they come to that conclusion and decide whether he's going to plead guilty or not guilty, if it takes an hour, if it takes 4 hours, then we'll come on right after that. That'll be Tuesday night, and we invite all of you to join us on the rerun there. Live tonight. 99.9 inches of television viewing power. Atticus's. We're live at Atticus's. Atticus's. Able-bodied men for the widowed. Atticus's. All denomination church supplies and custom printed offering envelopes. Atticus's aftershave. No, they ain't used envelopes.
No, I said, is that who you use?
Atticus's aftershave. Atticus's aftershave for men and women.
There's something else coming. I can feel it right now.
Hey,
I see that look.
Atticus's abscess tooth removal with very limited anesthesia. And Atticus's alligator snout keychains by the gross in Atmore, Alabama.
Woo.
Man, Marvin, Marvin, you stay up late at night to find all these stuff out there.
And I have to, y'all don't realize the backwoods traveling I have to do to try to get us on the big screen. So if you are in Atmore, Alabama, if you're down there playing the slot machines at the Indian Casino, run uptown and give old Atticus a hug for us. Tell him you appreciate us, appreciate him having the Dirt Road Sports on his big screen. Atticus is, one more time, able-bodied men for the widowed, all denominational church supplies and custom printed offering envelopes, aftershave for men and women, abscess tooth removal with very limited anesthesia, and alligator snout keychains by the gross in Atmore, Alabama.
You know,
God,
that
it
ain't far fetched no more, is it? You know,
No.
with that aftershave for men and women, because the
That's
women's got deodorant for the under boob and the butt and the
the butt crack.
Watch it now. Watch it. Oh, y'all be
It's on
careful.
the other
TV,
places
man.
they
They
put it.
advertise it.
I know.
I'm trying to think of the right word. Trying to think of that right word. That what they lost me an under boob, smeared deodorant under that. I didn't know you was supposed to do that. Reckon right guard
Oh, they
wouldn't
do.
work
They
there.
got.
Soap would work better.
No, you might.
Or is that secret?
Oh,
That's secret. Fresh some that secret.
Oh.
Smeared some of that secret on there, boy.
Yeah, soap or what was that? Granddaddy used to use that on. Yeah, it was a deodorant, and it was like a green gel kind of deodorant
Oh, that was
for men.
what?
It was like a green roll-on gel. It was.
Was it called Menin? MENNEN?
That's it.
That's it. That's
it
it.
may have
That's
been,
it.
That was it.
You-
Men,
that was
that
it.
was it. Yeah,
Floyd,
yeah.
you hit it. That's you win the prize.
I'm from that era. I remember. Yeah.
What's the guy's name again that's got this shop in Atmore?
Atticus.
I think he does his biggest business on Saturdays and Sundays because that's visitation day at Holman Prison down there in Atmore, Alabama. That and the fact that he's right there at the Indian Casino, he got it going, man.
Well, hey guys, we're glad you're joining us tonight. Again, it's Thursday night, July the 27th, 2023. You are tuned into the right station, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, right here coming to you live on Dirt Road TV. And we appreciate all of you joining us. And also Kenneth Spooner said Menon and Mitchum.
That was another one.
Mitchum roll on.
Yeah.
I remember the minute.
Yeah. And then Brute by Fabergé
Well,
had
that was
one
the
too.
expensive stuff now. That Brute
Yeah.
was.
That was that high dollar
That
stuff.
aftershave,
really?
you get it, and you get your name carved on the bottle there, on the little thing on the bottle there.
You-
Get it engraved, your initials engraved across that.
Yeah,
That was
you didn't use that Brute unless you was going out with your main squeeze. Then you put that Brute on. That was high dollar.
Queasel, I know you and Floyd remember my great granddaddy Boss
yeah.
Rolling. We called him Daddy Boss. Now, Daddy Boss believed Old Spice would cure anything from the toenail fungus to cancer. I'll never forget. If you had like a canker sore in your mouth, he'd say, turn that bottle up, swig a little bit on that Old Spice, and spit it out.
Squish it right in your mouth
cure
and spit it out.
Yeah. He's the only man I knew. He believed. I promise you, between Maalox in the brown glass jug and Old Spice and Vic Sav in the blue glass, there's no telling how many thousands of those he bought from Sunny Grove up in
Vic Sav was a miracle cure too. It would cure you now. In fact,
Still is. Still is.
I bed back then. You go to get your little cough or something, get rubbed, smeared all over your chest, all over your throat, and everything, and get you a little bit and just dab it on the end of your nose right there. See how long it takes you to go.
It's better than persimmon juice, ain't it, Floyd?
Better than that lemon juice, baby.
You could even smear some on your feet and put your socks on in the wintertime.
Cure you.
And the cold will be just about gone in the morning.
It'll be gone. Or you could go get, some vaccinations and some shots and some Z-Paps and all that kind of stuff, and get you a doctor and do all that kind of stuff, and come home, stay inside for 10 days and take medicine for 10 days. Either one you wanted to.
I tell you something else you could do with it too, with that Vic Sav. If your line of work put you in somewhere where there were some odors that would make you sick to your stomach, you could keep a little jar of that in your truck, and you could daub a little bit it in your nose.
That's right.
And if you could stand the burning, you didn't have to worry about smelling nothing else.
It
You
knocked it
was
out.
good to go.
Terry too said that's what he used to do. He used to be a coroner You know, he'd go in somewhere where somebody'd been a court.
I smeared a minion. Yep.
He'd put it from big salve all around the nose.
You get you a daub of it and poke it up there. Now it's gonna set you on fire for a little while, but
Hey, one thing about
done the job.
When Toole was a coroner, when he went in a situation like that, when he had the daub, the big salve and all that, it didn't take him long to determine the cause of death. He'd go outside right. He'd come on in here, Porky. But McKinstry, don't come on in here. Porky, Mr. Roy, going in there and told him out.
They didn't need no Vic salve.
They wasn't gonna have
to determine the cause of death.
Mr. Mack.
So you saying they didn't have a coroner's inquest right there in the room with the body?
Yeah. They didn't get him Porky and Mr. Roy.
Mr. Mack had that. He didn't need no Vic salve, but I guarantee he had that tie on.
He had the tie. He had it overalls on, but he had the tie on too.
You bet that. Yes, sir.
That's just where it used to be. Now you got to go. You know, you got to fill out a stack of papers that thick, probably. To
yeah.
Times have changed. Times is just like you showing us that ticket a while ago. That gas ticket. How times has changed from 1966. I remember it well.
Pull that up.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
That's it.
Look right there.
That's in 1967. That Mr. Blacksher Calhoun, my granddaddy filled out that credit card right there. He got 13 and 8/10 gallon of gas at 33.9 cents a gallon. And that 13.8 gallons cost him $4.68.
He put it on a card. Now, let me tell y'all something about a credit card. In 1967, they didn't very many people have no credit card in 1967. Sure did. Mr. Blacksher Calhoun, he did.
That'll buy you a little
County tag.
Look at it, got to put all that information. He got to put his tag number on that. All that got his tag number. See, they're keeping up with folks way back yonder on the information.
Yep. I was wondering where you put it in the thing and you rolled it back and forth. It wasn't none of that stick it in there and swipe your card. You put it in there and you rolled it.
And you slide it back and forth, and that was it. And you give your customer a ticket, and you send one in to the Standard Oil folks, and they reimburse you.
That's right. And you didn't get no fee, no handling fee from Standard Oil. They was glad to get your business, glad you used their credit card. They didn't charge it, and that was money in the bank to us right there.
All right, extra money.
That's the way it used to be. That was it. That was a good
Mike and Jan Calhoun watching that. That was Mike Calhoun, uncle. Beck Calhoun, uncle. Yeah, uncle.
That was a good. Mr. Blacksher Calhoun was a good man.
He was.
Good man.
Them Calhoun. Calhoun's some good folks back over there. Most of them were. I don't know. We had some Calhouns over on this side of the creek, but
what you talking about?
Across the creek, Calhoun.
I still say Barrett only man I
things have
ever
changed since 1967.
Okay, what now? He's froze up. He froze up.
Lost him. Yeah.
Yellow.
You there?
Yeah,
you him. You back now.
I said Barrett's still the only man I know could put $2 worth of gas in a car and ride for 3 days.
He ride for 3 days. You're good.
And
him and his wife, they can take one banana and they can make 6 banana sandwiches with one banana. I've seen them do it. I've seen them do it. Go ahead. I've seen them do it. Yes, you know what? Yeah. You know, Mr. Calhoun know what I'm talking about.
So let me ask you this, Floyd: a loaf of bread, a bundle of bananas, and a jar of mayonnaise. How long would that last?
It lasted at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Hey, Lordy.
He'd still eat them if they was Calhoun would still eat them if they were bread.
There's another one that chimed in about Jam. That's
that would be
grandson.
Mr. Blacksher's great
grandson.
Great-grandson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, we got people spread out everywhere. We got families. We got generations of people watching us. And see, we tell them things about the old generation that they may not know about. So anyway,
true.
We're just a wealth of knowledge, if you will, to all you people out there in TV land that are watching us. So no telling what all you can gain information wise just by viewing us.
Well, being if we're talking about knowledge, I need some guidance from you. Because I tried to get something from Marvin, and he didn't give me none. Marvin just told me this is the way it is. So I need to talk to you about an email I got. You and Charlie both. Y'all both can chime in. I done heard what Marvin said, and I ain't buying his business. I can't call the name out because it's a government agency.
Oh, Lord forbid we say something negative about the government. Go ahead.
I keep getting this little yellow thing saying that Marvin shut me out. Am I back on now?
You back on now.
Yeah, you back on now.
All right.
Yeah.
So listen to this, Floyd. You and Charlie. It's got it was a I would me and you both agree, Marvin, that it would be a female name at the end of this email, right?
That's correct.
They ain't from Borkin, but it would be a female name at the end of this email.
Yes.
And it gave their position at this agency that they worked at. Here's what's next at the bottom of the email. Pronouns. She, her, and hers. And then out there beside it, it's got Am I on?
You back on.
Why?
You on. You back on.
All right, it's got written in parentheses, why is this important? So if you make the mistake of mashing that button, it takes you through about 15 pages of telling you why it's important, what'll happen if you don't say it, how you have offended all these people. But it don't say one thing about me being offended, because I ain't got sense to know if that's a male or female name at the end of the thing. So enlighten me a little bit about how I need to handle that.
Well, they feed you just enough information to get you in trouble. See, the purpose of all of this is to entrap you, is to get you in trouble. They're looking for some reason to terminate.
But this is an official government website.
Who don't comprehend it. But it's an entrapment, because the woman, if you got a woman, a name up there that says Angela Johnson, okay, that's pretty obvious if you're going to say Ms. Johnson. But you see, then that's the trap that they set for you, because Angela Johnson might not necessarily be, she might not consider herself to be a miss. She might consider herself to be a Mr. or a she or a him or a shim or something other than what is the obvious. See, the obvious doesn't count anymore. The obvious is out there for simple-minded people like us. You have to analyze everything.
Well,
so in today's society, how do you determine whether it's a Ms. Johnson or Mr. Johnson?
There's no way you can win. I say, they set a trap for you. It's a trap. All of it is entrapment. They're entrapping you to say something wrong, or even if you think something, they can accuse you of thinking something wrong now.
All right, so go back with me to AW and Doodle and all of them's age generation. How would they have said it was a Mr. Johnson or Ms.
They would have
Johnson?
known. They would have known who it is. They wouldn't have been any question about what. There was no gray area back then. There was none of this stuff that you had to sit down and try to analyze what it is. You knew it by observing it, because you were a sensible, sane person. So we're talking with people now who are not sane. We're talking with people who are sane that comes up with this stuff.
Well, I wanted to send her an email back and tell her that if she'd pull her britches down, she wouldn't have to worry about the pronouns. She could see what she was.
You know.
Well, let me ask you, out of state question for the three who are known as the Dirt Road Sports, and I'm just kind of a added friend in there. Is this the same woman they hired to come down there and mess up y'all's Mayhaw thing?
No, this is a for real email that I got yesterday.
government, a bona fide federal government agency.
Mm-hmm. That's
That
it.
I got
Bona
yesterday.
fide.
And
Yep.
and it's somebody that I need to be in contact with. I mean, it really is somebody that I need to get. But you know where they go now? Straight to the trash can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They come in and go straight to the trash can now. I ain't got time for it.
And she's gonna make the decision whether to help you. She's gonna make the decision whether or not you are a bigot and you live in a bigot community. And so she's gonna make the decision, or he's gonna make the decision, whatever they call themselves at the present time, in order to help you help somebody else.
Well,
That doesn't figure into the equation.
I still got a problem. See, I took English in school and they taught about pronouns, but I couldn't tell you what one was. I didn't pay real good attention. But except this was way before any of this mess come about. So how did that get bent around to a pronoun? I don't even know what a pronoun is. One of them words you put very in front of. I learned that, but I don't remember which one it was.
Look, they do stuff to meet their need at the moment, and they are ever changing target, if you will.
That's it.
Not long ago, if you said the word queer,
Mm-hmm.
they'd come after you with 3 shotguns and a rifle and everything else. You have just insulted them. Now that is back in style.
That's the
Well, they
That's
wave
the
it
word
on
of choice
the
with those people now.
They wave
If
it
we
on the
used
flag
it,
now.
they'd still come after us.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
But it's the way you say it,
It
Charlie.
co-
What the difference
it
is.
cost. I tell you what it did. It cost Emory Farmer the mayor's job in the city of Montgomery, Alabama. Y'all want to hear a little 2-minute thing how it happened? On a show much like the one y'all used to come and sit down with me and us have fun, had a show up there, and someone from the LGBTQ community called in that television show one morning. Mary Farmer was on. It was open to ask questions like y'all seen me do through the years. And somebody with LGBTQ asked the mayor, said, Mayor Farmer said, we have noticed on several occasions we've had events at the Capitol steps and here it's this park and that park, and you seem to shun us at all, this and that, and you don't have anything to do with us, and you're just a bigot type thing. And the host of the show said, Mayor Farmer, what do you have to say? Mayor Farmer said this. This is a quote. Well, John, I ain't never paid a lot of attention to what a bunch of queers had to say anyway. The Montgomery Advertiser
Oh, baby.
just took him. I mean, that editorial the next day. He did write a retraction on it, and they put it like on the back page of the Montgomery Advertiser. And it said, when I was growing up in the 1940s and 50s, look up in your dictionary of the day what the meaning of that word was. And it was second meaning of it was someone with homosexual tendencies, which was true.
Mhm.
It cost him the mayor's job in Montgomery.
Had to go.
Well,
Had to go.
But and the thing that's ironic, this deal with Quiz was talking about, that's so far off of
Yeah.
what like what you're talking about. I mean, because they don't. We're living in a generation where they got to put that, and I've been to conferences where it's on their name badges, preferred pronouns.
What?
I could.
Transvestite. There's transvestite, and they want you to approve of them being transvestite.
I read
Yes.
an article today about you remember when the guy couldn't win as on the men's side, so he joined the women's swimming team up there.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
it, Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Whatever it was.
That's
And
right.
there was a little old girl in there, and she went to give her testimony before Congress or whoever it was today or yesterday or whenever it was, and she was telling them about how they had to change, undress, and get dressed right beside him.
Yeah, him
And
next.
he was a man everywhere except the lipstick that he put on. He was full male. And she said that the university sent them to counseling to get them comfortable with undressing in front of a male.
Yeah,
Because they were the
Got
one.
Johnson hanging out and parading around naked in front of them.
Now, what's up with that story?
I mean, that's who's in charge now. Hey, man, you got fools in charge. When you got fools running the whole country, when you got fools
Yeah.
running everything that's going on, when you got a man who is as ugly a man as you have ever seen in your life, and he pretends to be a woman admiral, and he is second in command of the United States of America Health Department, Admiral Richard Rachel Levine. When you got them people and you parading them around in front of everybody and telling everybody that this is cool, and if you don't like this, there's a problem. They are in your face. They are mocking people like us, and the people that are watching this show, they are mocking you. They are daring you to say anything about it.
Well, the like the even, I don't care. People can do anything they want to do. That's up to them. That's between them and the Lord. They
That's
be
it.
whatever they want to do. Just don't force your stuff on me. And this gal that sent me this email, she's forcing them pronouns or whatever they are on me where I want them or not.
She's gonna make you do it.
Oh no, they go straight to the
Look at this.
garbage can
In
now.
her mind, she's gonna make you comply.
I sure hope I don't miss nothing because there's some important stuff come through every now and then, but I don't see it anymore. It goes whoosh, bam, out the door, gone,
Out the door. Amen,
gone.
brother.
Hey, listen, I wanted to bring this up. You can't learn stuff like this but on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Just a while ago, we were talking about the uses for Vic Salve. Debbie Womble put on there. How many of you knew this? You can put it on a pig snout, a show pig snout, and it will keep them from fighting in the show ring.
See
I didn't know that.
what you can learn about the show. Man,
That piece of think about how that piece of information could be worth thousands of dollars to some of these
You're right.
show pig
I
aficionados.
want to say this just to show you that we are all about the truth and nothing but the truth. And you guys might remember this guy that used to come to Channel 4 studios and even to the 18 studios when I was there, Mr. Ed Watley with the Alabama Cattlemen's Association.
sir.
Remember? He used to come and cook and all that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ed just laid this out. He said, Charlie, you are correct. Now, he lives up in Taylor Road, Alabama, and he was, I'm sure, referring to the story I just told about Mayor Emory Farm. So we got a backup. By the way, if you're at a store up that way and you see a little thing of steak shake, that's Ed's private stock stuff to put on your steaks, just like Uncle Billy has got the best sauce in the
That's what I'm
country.
talking about.
Just check out Mr.
I remember
Watley's.
him. He used to be on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cook
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff.
Ed was around back in the Gene Reagan days when
Yes.
he used to come to Gene's show
Yeah.
and do the Saturday show and the noon show. One of the nicest fellas you'll ever meet. Pretty fair musician, I hear from reports. And Ed, we're glad to have you with us. And just sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation.
Amen. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, before we go to a commercial break here, had a viewer just texted this in, said, I'm doing my best to try to master the art of eating a powdered donut without looking like I just got back from the White House.
By the way, whoa.
That's pretty good right there now.
That might be the job that old
That's pretty good.
Biden boy, he could apply for a powdered donut sampler with Little Debbie.
That's it. Yeah.
The judge says he got to go look for a job, and that would be a perfect cover-up job for him.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Speaking of sampling, Charlie, tell them about our buddies at Outlaw Bussin' Barbecue.
Let me tell you, somebody today that we all know and love, Colonel Joe Watson called. He said, where can I get me some Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue? Is that in Donaldsonville? I said, no, it's not in Donaldsonville. I said, they're going to have brick and mortar soon in Troy at 3 Knots and 231, and soon in old Kmart Shopping Center in Bainbridge, Georgia, But between now and then, you ain't got to wait. Just go to the Facebook page and see where they're going to be this weekend, or maybe before even the weekend starts. I know they go over to Phillips quite a bit over in Colquitt, but they also get out of town to Bainbridge and different locations. But you won't find any better barbecue ribs, pulled pork, all the great side dishes that go along with it. In fact, if you go and eat you, say, a couple of ribs, 3 ribs in a plate, you're going to go back up there and say, look, can I get me a slab of those to go home? They are that good. Check them out. Outlaws Bustin' Barbecue, soon to be in Bainbridge and Troy, and also different locations throughout the area.
All right, Queasel, tell them about our partners on Highway 27 in Colquitt, Georgia.
I tell y'all every week they got any kind of parts you need, any kind of lubricants, farm, tractor, truck, car, whatever you need, they got it. They got gift baskets. They got all kind of stuff. They got them world famous rabbit pellet grills. They got the accessories to go with those grills. They got the rabbit pellets. They got anything you need in that line. And then if you step over at the Holstered 9, they got probably the largest selection of guns anywhere in this part of the country. They got anything you want, and what they ain't got, they can get. They got them on display, and then they got them in stock. Got all kind of ammunition. They got gun repair, gun restoration, whatever it is you want. But they also got something else. They offer a educational session down there just about every day, 2 or 3 times a day. I ride by there and I see the people who are in there, and you can go to this place, and at no cost to you, you probably can get an education in things that you really feel like you need to know. Because some of the people down there I see are very knowledgeable about everything that you could think of. So they have a good networking program down there. They're good people, and good people go see good people. Floyd tells you every week to stay around like minded people. And I just kind of have taken that to heart as I ride by every day. I ride by this place every day, at least twice a day, and I see like-minded people, people like us that are at this place. I don't know if they're buying stuff or they're just in there talking. They're out in the parking lot talking. They're drawing crowds. The crowds are getting bigger every day. Go by, look at what they got. Get to know them. Get to know Johnny and Key. Tell them who you are. Tell them you heard about them on the Dirt Road Sports. You might get a discount. You might not, but you won't know till you ask. Right there on 27 South, just outside of town. Go by and see them. You'll be glad you did.
Floyd, I saw on Facebook a while ago, Ziggy B's has got red snapper throats available
I
for
was in there this
purchase.
afternoon. Sure would, and I saw him in there. I told him, I said, I don't think I'm gonna fry nothing up tonight. I said I'm gonna get me some of them shrimp. I got pan fried my shrimp. Got me a pound of them peeled and deveined shrimp. And she showed them to me, and she said, "You ever had any?" I said, "No, I have not." I said, "But now," I said, "I'll tell you something that I used to eat way back out when we'd go netting and catching some of them sucker fish and red haul suckers. We'd catch them red haul suckers, and we'd cook them and fry them and do sucker fish heads. We'd fry them sucker fish heads, and they had some meat down in there around them jowls and all. I mean, that was some kind of good sucker fish meat. They didn't have all them bones in there. But man, you talk about a sight. You talk about a sight. You get somebody like Ado Lunsford down there around a around a fish cooker, and he ain't have a tooth in his head for the last 75 years. And he was gnawing on one of them sucker heads that just come out of that. Oh, now you have seen a sight. But oh, but anyway, she was talking about
Oh,
getting back to Ziggy B's, getting away from Ado. But Ziggy B's had it, and I got me some of them shrimp. And guess what she told me today, Marvin? She said, "Guess who come in here a while ago?" I said, "Who?" She said, "Queasel's wife." I said,
Oh
"What in the
yeah.
world did she get?" She said she got us some of these, some of these snapper. I mean, some of these salmon steaks that I got. She got a big old slab of fresh salmon. You
ooh.
could get some steaks off in there. She said
Man.
she got us some of them salmon steaks. She said she gonna cook them on the grill. I said I got to get a hold of Miss Queasel and find out. what his recipe is. And I know Quee's gonna say she cook them on their rabbit pellet grills, and that's fine because I know whatever listen. If she was cooking over a 5 gallon bucket with some holes punched in it with some lighting
I'd
rods,
be there. I'd
it'd be
be
good.
there.
It'd be good. So
Woo.
Sticky beans, y'all get y'all some of them catfish, get you some of them shrimp, get whatever she's got in there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fresh. You can eat it and you can brag about how good it was to your buddies. Y'all go see.
Let let me put a little
Hey
plug
guys,
in there for Ziggy. The price these here snapper throats, it's like the filet mignon of beef. Y'all with me on that? It
That's
is
right.
the filet mignon of beef, and they're
Mhm.
only $3.99 a pound.
That's
That's
right.
right now at
yep.
Ziggy Bees. Go ahead.
That's it.
All right, guys, our KWG Plumbing, Colquitt, Georgia. He is licensed in Georgia and Alabama for all your plumbing needs, repair, new construction, whatever plumbing needs that you have. All you got to do is call KWG Plumbing LLC, Mr. Kenneth Wayne Garney. He's got 24-hour service with a smile. And after we do the trivia, he's going to join us on the phone and give us a little bit of update on some fishing activities that he had this week, and let us know what's going on there. He loves to fish. Besides his family and the good Lord and plumbing, fishing is right up there with it. He loves to fish. But listen, any of your plumbing needs, from the largest to the smallest. If you're in Alabama or you are in Georgia, listen, I know we got a lot of viewers in Alabama. Y'all can call him. He'll come across the line and he will work for you there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. 229-220-6694. That is KWG Plumbing, LLC in Colquitt, Georgia. And it brings us now to the trivia time brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits in Colquitt, Georgia, on the square. All your embroidery, your t-shirts, your tumblers, your gifts, and more. And guys, right now they have a new line of their own candles, all kind of scented candles: citronella, pumpkin spice, strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, artichoke, arugula, whatever kind of candle smell you want. I promise you, you can get it at Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. And they also design all of our logoed enameled campfire mugs, as well as all the official licensed memorabilia of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. All right, we got a trivia question tonight. Going to be doing it a little bit differently. What I need you to do is I need you to text your name and the correct answer to 229-254-5060. 229-254-5060. Name and the correct answer. All right, here's the question. I'm putting a picture on the screen. This is a picture of some of the giants of yesteryear in country music. If you can name the first person to name all 5 of those men correctly, and send it to me on text to 229-254-5060. I'm going to leave it up for just a minute. We'll talk for just a minute. 229-254-5060. I need the name of all 5 of those gentle giants of country music yesteryear, and you will be the winner of this week's Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show Trivia Contest, brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia. Man, I bet you that in today's money, that is $100,000 worth of nudie
What
suits
you
right there.
talking about? Look at here. But be watching your text there. If you say your number a little slower, I done look down here at my iPad, and there's one watching up there in Kentucky by the name of Ray Barrickman, left-handed bass guitar player. Used to be with the Bama Band when they were hot with Hank Jr. Ray, you ought to know this one. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, this is all five of them, country giants, guys. Come on, I need somebody out there's got to know those 5 guys
I
right
mean
there.
that's the history, a lot of the history of country music for the 50s and 1960s. And Floyd, judging from that picture of the one in the middle, what year do you think that picture was made?
I'm gonna say that's probably about 1958 or 59, somewhere along in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is
Ain't nobody
anybody
knew that you had Marvin.
Well, just got a winner coming in. Matter of fact, his wife won
Come on.
last week, and he wins
Get out of
this
here.
week.
wh-
Kenneth Spooner. His wife won last week. I ain't mailed her cup to her yet, so I have to mail. We'll have to get 2 of them mailed out. And he was the first one. Here they are. Starting on with the big gentleman in the white suit. That is Mr. Webb
there stands
Pierce.
the glass?
Right beside him, Mr. Farron Young. Right beside him in the middle, little Jimmy Dickens. Right beside him, none other than Carl Smith. And then right beside him, the crooner himself for the good times, Mr. Ray Price.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
That's a
all
lot.
of them. Man, oh
Not
my.
only is that
Yep.
$100,000 worth of suits, that's a lot of money records bought even at that price back in the
Oh,
50s and
woo.
60s.
Mercy.
Man, can you imagine? Man, look at the music talent. I wonder how many #1 songs between the 5 of them you reckon that there
Reckon
were.
how many Cadillacs they went through. Reckon how many Cadillacs they went through.
There's a picture of Webb. I'll try to get it on for next week. And he wasn't driving a Cadillac. He had a custom made Pontiac convertible, and the door handles were pistols. Best I remember. I mean, he had silver dollars all in the interior everywhere.
That's when country music was country music.
There,
None
Man,
left,
oh
baby. It's
live.
all gone. It's
Yep.
gone.
We went when we were in Nashville. When we were in Nashville, we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and they got Webb Pierce's Cadillac in there. You know, with the ones with all the dollar bills on it. And he actually paid Nudie Khan, who made those Nudie suits. He paid him to outfit his Cadillac and make it classy.
Mm-hmm.
Classy. Boys, I
Well,
want
now,
to. We joined on the
that
phone.
Cadillac you talking about,
Hold on,
is
quick.
it as classy as Pencil Johnson's? I ain't think it
no,
would.
no,
Man,
no, no.
No. Oh, no, he can't handle with Pencil Johnson's with the, what was it, Floyd Light Blue? Is that what it was?
Light blue
72 Coupe de
1972
Ville?
Coupe de Ville.
What kind of, did it have a cloth
He
top?
he had a metal top on it. That's where he clamped his loudspeakers up there so he could preach off up with his microphone all around, drive around town, preach.
Yeah.
But the front end of it, his socket absorbers was gone. They had done absorbed out, and his front tires was splayed out with him.
I sure would love to hear his voice one more time.
Hey, he was out there preaching.
Yeah.
He was out there on 27 North week 4 last hour preaching. They had about 5 tents up out there. He had him a
5
tent revival
tents?
going.
Yeah.
Y'all seen him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pencil
Yeah,
out there.
that was it. That was yeah. One of them was just for him, but I think he didn't stay long
Didn't
because
have no air conditioning.
them big. Well, them big porta cools they couldn't
That's
keep
right.
enough water going through it to keep him hosed down and all. Boys, we are joined for the first time tonight. One of our sponsors is on the line, none other than the fishing man himself, Mr. Wayne Garney, and he is portrayed there on the screen with that big, nice, is that a flathead or channel catfish, Wayne? Blue cat. Well, welcome to the show tonight. I appreciate you and KWG Plumbing for being a sponsor on the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and we know that you are a fishing machine. Did you get to go fishing last week?
You ain't got him old, Marvin. You ain't
got
him
him on.
No, he ain't.
He's
He ain't
on.
on mine.
No,
He
not
knew
mine.
mine.
Nope.
You don't hear
No.
him? Well, now he's
That
he's coming through
ain't what we want
loud.
to hear. We want to hear Kenny Wayne talk.
All right, well, you just hang on there, Wayne. Hang on there. I can't do nothing with them, but I'm gonna put him on the microphone here. All right,
Please.
let's start. Let's hit the rewind button on that. Wayne, we welcome you to the show tonight, and tell us about your fishing trip last week.
Yes, sir. Went Friday afternoon down to Lake Seminole. Boy, it was hot, but put in at Sealy's and went over to the Flint River side and fished up and down the banks and caught 38 scale fish and 5 cats in about 6 hours of time.
Pretty good sized cats.
Yeah, the biggest one was about 11 pounds down to about 3 pounds.
Was it
got to see a bald eagle flying over the lake and fishing and land up in a nice pine tree.
Probably about a nice 62 degrees out there on the lake while you was fishing?
It was there a bit of 96, 98 degrees. No breeze and no cloud cover.
So, what about this week? You going to try to hit it this week?
Yes, sir. This week we're going up to Eufaula, Alabama to try to catch some of them Alabama fish over there.
Oh,
See
yeah.
how they do it.
Good deal. Well, we
let the Georgia fish rest up a little while and
got
get a little bit of weight back on them.
All right. Well, man, we appreciate you coming on and giving us a report of what's going on in Seminole, and maybe we can get one next week on what you do up in Eufaula. Yes, sir.
Ask him, would he be willing to give his preacher some fishing lesson?
He went Tuesday, 2 days ago, and almost limit out on spec fish and had 10 or 12 nice red bread.
And where was that at now?
That's down there at Seminole on the Flint River.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Around the dam with worms and crickets. They biting on worms and crickets.
Wow. Queasel asked a question. You reckon you might could give your preacher some pointers on fishing?
One more time, Corey, I lost you.
I said, Queasel said, would you be willing to give your preacher some advice on fishing?
Well, he won't even talk to me no more because he said I outfish him every time I go, so he's mad with me about fishing, so I got to try to get
That's about right.
That's about par for course right there. That is. Right. Hey, brother, we appreciate you joining us. Happy fishing to you. Again, we appreciate you being a sponsor on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports.
Yes, sir. I enjoy listening to y'all and watching y'all. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you, sir.
Now, that's a fishing report. That's a man fishing. He tell you where he went.
That's right.
What kind of bait he used. Tell you how many fish he caught. He's not ambiguous with his fishing report.
If you got that picture, Marvin, that I sent with that's my old buddy Alan Carter on the Flint River. In fact, his house is on the Flint River down there near Wingate's place, and that looks to be about 50 bluegill with some shell crackers mixed in, and that was sent to me about a week ago, I think. It was hot. I know that had to be, but Alan likes to go. He's gonna fish. He's one of those that can be riding down the river over on Seminole at high rate of speed. And look over there and say, "Oh, stop! We gotta go over here. I saw some grass move. There's a shell cracker bed over there," and he would be correct every time he did. He's a good guy.
Oh man! All right, here we go.
It's that time once again. Time for Floyd's Short Lists and More. Brought to you by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the great, the world famous Floyd's Short Lists and More. And now, please make welcome Mr. Floyd B. Lloyd.
Thank you, Marvin. I appreciate that. I've got a dilemma tonight.
Uh-oh.
If you will. I know with time is of the essence. And tonight, in my allotted time, I can either read a police report from the Miller County Liberal that happened this past week, or either I can share some information with y'all about Reverend Johnson and Buki. One of these books.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, Reverend Johnson and Buki. But you remember what you told me a long time ago? I always try to heed wise words of wisdom. You said, and I quote, "What is time to
That's
us?"
right. Time is
exactly
meaningless in the eyes of creativity. So, if I may, it seems like y'all ever decided that Reverend Johnson and Buki would be more interesting than the police report. The police report is extremely interesting this past week. In the Miller County Liberal, go buy you one. And let me just drop a little tidbit of information on to you. Look up there's two reports in there. One of them is the man that's stealing a boogie full of fabuloso.
So
That's one.
I read it.
That's a good one. And if we don't have anything next week, maybe I can carry that one. And the other one is about this gentleman that went into Pick and Save, and he was stealing stuff, and they told him he can't do that, can't steal stuff. Well, he got mad. He got mad because, and he started fussing and cussing at other customers. See what transpired there with him with that nobody else was in that store that was exercising their Second Amendment rights at that time. But he left there and went to another place and terrorized them. But anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about Reverend Johnson. Reverend Johnson, y'all know Reverend Johnson. He's that big old rotund preacher. He's one of them all denominational preachers, you know, that he takes 5, 10s, and 20s. He's all denominational. He's one of them Pentecostal preachers. He sucked and wheezes and yasps and carry on all the time. Be wiping his head all the time, back with his handkerchief, with his sweat pouring off of him, everything, be preaching, carrying on. Well, he got a church. Reverend John got a church. This was happening a little while back before he got out with his tent revival during the summertime cruiser where you see him. He's preaching at his church, and his name of his church Second Union Holy Tabernacle of Love, Brotherhood, Sisterhood, and Scrutiny Church.
Amen.
All the
Wait, now I thought it
He
was
was at
another church.
They run him off from that other church. They run him off from that church. And it was the first church of the last change of the world on fire, Holy Tabernacle of Salvation and Redemption Assembly Church.
Why did they run him off?
Well, anyway, Reverend Johnson was he was in his pulpit about one Sunday, and he was having him a sermon, carrying on about his sermon and everything, and then he sprung something on the congregation. He said, we need to have we need a campaign here in the church to raise some funds so we keep the electricity turned on here, so we keep the air conditioner, if you will, turning. So we're gonna have a sherathon. That's it. And Bookie was at his church. And Bookie Devin Mountain said, what is a telethon? I'm glad you asked that, brother Bookie. What that means is we got to raise some money. I need some gas money. I got 3 slick tires on my Cadillac. We need some money to keep the lights turned on, the air conditioner humming. So what we gonna do is we gonna sell Bibles door to door. That I need the whole congregation involved in the marathon so we can raise some funds. And I didn't see the Bibles. The Reverend, I don't know about that, Brother Bookies. I don't know if you have the skills if you honed your skills yet, so you can sell them Bibles door to door to people, strangers, if you will. Doing a cold call, if you will. Anyway, Boogie, I can tell so. So he doled out his Bibles that first week. Reverend Johnson did. He doled his Bibles out. He give everybody 5 Bibles except Boogie give Boogie 3 Bibles. So next Sunday he will report back to the next Sunday how many Bibles you sold. Cash money. So your other folks come back in. They sold like 1 Bible, maybe 2 Bibles, or some of them no Bible. Well, Bookie come up and how many Bibles did he sell there, brother Bookie? I sold all 3 of my Bibles. Oh, mercy, praise be. Oh, bring the money on up to the altar. Let's talk about it some more. So the next week, Reverend Johnson give everybody 5 Bibles. They give Bookie 5 Bibles to sell. So then Bookie got out and he went to work, and he come back in the next Sunday. How many Bibles did the congregation sell this week? So we need that capital, that Shaprathon. We need the capital campaign funds rolling in. 1 Bible, 2 Bibles. Bookie said, how many Bibles you sell, brother Boogie? I sold 5 Bibles. You sold all 5 Bibles? Glory, glory, glory. Anyway, he said, Brother Bookie said, if you Brother Bookie said, come up to the altar and tell the congregation how you sold all of them Bibles, all the Bibles I give you. He said, well, yeah, it wasn't the problem that Reverend John said, what I do is I go up and I knock on the door. And he said, they come to the door. He said, who are you? He said, my name is Bookie Kimball, and I'm here to sell you a Bible. And he said, what makes you think I want a Bible? He said, when I get through here, I know you're going to want a Bible. And the man said, what do you mean? You know I'm going to want a Bible. He said, well, he said, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to send you a Bible. Or either I'm going to stand here on this front porch and read it to you until you buy it.
Oh,
Hey, have mercy. Have mercy. Look at here. Let's do. We're gonna do a little short list tonight. Here's one right here. Here's one of them. South Georgia and South Alabama rednecks. Let me rephrase that. Sober South Georgia and South Alabama rednecks that are worried about non-human spacemen. Oh, here's one right here. People on Martha's Vineyard that watch the Andy Griffith Show.
That's a short list.
boy.
I'm gonna be full rounded tonight. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be interdenominational tonight.
Oh,
Jehovah's Witnesses that are passing out pamphlets on Martha's Vineyard. Jehovah's Witnesses that do not own a car. The last one, including his bladder and his bowels, things that Joe Biden, and including Hunter, things that Joe Biden has been in control of. That's it.
oh,
Y'all have used me up. Lord,
oh.
Well, you had me going on that story. I had no idea where you were going, and then it took me about midway to remember. It had been 10 years since I.
Yeah, it's true though, because I had heard that story on Bookie. I know it was true. I done heard it.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I got a confession to make. It's somewhat of an apology, but Floyd just hit me between the eyes. I don't know about Martha's Vineyard, but yesterday morning at 11:30, in the heat of the day, a Jehovah's Witness approached me at the gas station in Quincy, Alabama, trying to give me a tract. I'm pumping gas in the feed truck that ain't air conditioned, and I'm already hot. And we all get a little temperamental at this time. And I said, "Are you a Jehovah's Witness?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven. He is my personal Savior. Debate ended.
It's over.
He didn't want
But
no gas,
they
did he?
come at you again, and they make you want to say ugly stuff.
Yeah.
But this public service announcement, if somebody tells you Jesus Christ is their personal Savior and the only way to get into heaven, leave them alone.
That's right. Yeah, they
Yeah,
come.
I ain't gonna debate you with it 98 degrees and the asphalt pumping up 130 something. I know where I'm going. Leave me out of your crowd. Anyway,
You know what might be a cure on that is next time a Jehovah Witness comes say, "I'll listen to your spiel if you will let me get my cousin Buki to read the whole Bible to you." Hey, let's watch this real quick.
Creation and compound.
That's a terrible sound, right? You know what else is terrible? Folks not hearing about a message of hope. Do me a favor. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. That way you'll never miss out on our podcast episodes. Now, if you know somebody that might enjoy this episode, please copy and paste our link and send their way. Who knows? Sharing that link might help them experience a new sound.
You're listening to Creation Campus.
Charlie, we have got a hot, dry spell coming.
but now, I don't know about where you get your weather information, but I humbly disagree. We had some showers pop
All right.
up this afternoon over here in southeast Alabama, and we got a 50% chance of it tomorrow and a 40% chance of it, or a 40 tomorrow and 50 on Saturday. So I'm going to go with
Well,
don't believe what we're looking at right here. And we might see 97, 98 some of those days into next week. So be careful in the heat. I've been out there. I know what it can do. And you should too. Stay well hydrated. And hopefully we'll get pop up showers on all of us to cool off and have a good week. I know we're running out of time. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. We're just here to have a good time and visit with each other. And we're glad you came along with us. Pray for this nation. All you got to do is look at 5 minutes of any newscast and know we're in a great need of prayer. Queasel.
Thank you, Charlie. Hey, we do appreciate y'all letting us in, spend a little time with you. Man, we had a good time tonight. Good show tonight. We laughed and had a good time, and that's what life's about. If you can't laugh, something's wrong. You don't know the man that we talking about. You don't know who Charlie was talking about as your personal savior. If you can't laugh, you need to get some things right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all a challenge. I know Floyd gives y'all several challenges every week, but I'm gonna give you a challenge. I'm gonna challenge you to find a way to listen to Billy Graham next week. Find a way to pull up his old sermons and let's hear some of that. I listened to one today that was preached in 1961, and it made the hair on my arms plumb stand up. Find some of them old Billy Graham sermons and listen to them. That's what America needs to hear. I agree with Charlie. Let's pray for our country. Let's pray for one another. We love y'all. We appreciate you trusting us and letting us spend a little time with you. Y'all be just mindful of the fact that if your name is written in the Lamb Book of Life, we're just passing through. We are not residents here. We're just passing through. Thank you again, Floyd.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Queasel. Amen, brother. All right, I'm going to leave y'all with the same thing. I hope you remember. Hope you write this down. Hope you think about it every day. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Don't ever go anywhere without being prepared to protect yourself and your family. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. We still have them. They're hanging by a thread, but we still got them. Surround yourself with like-minded people, people that are not going to cause you a problem. If you see somebody that you know is going to cause you a problem, the best thing you can do is look at your watch and say, listen, I've got a doctor's appointment I've got to get to, but talk to you later. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know what's going on around you. Know what's going on in your yard. Know what's going on in your neighborhood. And when you lay down and go to bed at night, lay in that bed, that good soft, comfortable bed with that air conditioner blowing on you, you got that good pillow there. You lay your head down and you said, start thanking the good Lord. Start thanking him right there for what he's done for you today, just today. And you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking him. Thank y'all for watching.
Guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you joining us each and every Thursday night right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Maybe you've got some happenings going on, photos, events, or some kind of news or a public service announcement that you'd like this to get out to our audience. We'll be more than glad to do it. All you got to do is either text it or email it to that information on the screen, and we will be glad to share it right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Also, if you have a business and you'd like to get an advertising slot on with us there, you can call or text us. Let us know. We'll get you hooked up. I promise you won't regret it. You'll have more business than you can handle. And guys, we love y'all. And you know what I'm going to tell you? Sunday's coming. It's the Lord's Day. Give him his due. Our scripture this week comes from the book of Psalm, chapter 30, verse 2. Lord my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. Man, what some powerful words in the word of Almighty God. Guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you joining us each and every week. You know, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We're going to be right back here next week, same place, same time, for a whole lot more of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do in life, always be particular.
See you.
Good night.